So in this video, we are going to learn how to create GetResponse contact in different lists for WooCommerce orders. Suppose guys, you have an e-commerce store which you have created using WooCommerce and you are using GetResponse as an email marketing platform. Now you want that all the products which you have in your e-commerce store, you have created a dedicated contact list for each and every product in GetResponse. Now you want that whenever a product is ordered on your e-commerce store, you want to add the customer who placed the order into the dedicated contact list in GetResponse for that specific product. For example, if a customer has ordered the camera from your e-commerce store, you want to add that contact into the customer list, into the contact list named as camera in GetResponse. So let me tell you, you can actually automate this process. So in this automation, whenever a new order will be received in WooCommerce, automatically the customer who placed the order will be added as a contact in GetResponse, and the contact list will be the product ordered by the customer. If the customer orders multiple products, we will be adding the same contact in multiple contact lists in GetResponse. So if you want to know how you can set up this automation, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as WooCommerce to GetResponse. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first, we have to connect our WooCommerce store with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window, so that every time we receive a new order on our WooCommerce store, the details of that order and the product which the customer has ordered, all of those details will be received inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger. After getting the details of the order, what we are going to do, on the basis of the product which customer has ordered. So the customer can either order a single product or the order can be a multi-product order. So on the basis of the products which the customer has added, we are going to add the contact. We are going to add that customer as contact in our GetResponse account. For example, if the customer has ordered 2 products and the products are, for example, a guitar and a camera. So we will be adding that customer in the customer list, in the contact list in GetResponse of guitar and also in the contact list of camera. So here in our GetResponse account, I have a different contact list for each and every product. So if the customer has ordered that product, that we are going to add that customer in the contact list for that product over here. So let's see how we can automate this process. We will come back to our Pabbly Connect workflow and start with this trigger window. And here in Choose App, we will search for WooCommerce. Just select it. After selecting WooCommerce in Trigger Event from this drop-down, select the trigger event as New Order Created. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gives us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our WooCommerce account with Pabbly Connect. So how we can add this webhook URL in our WooCommerce account? For that, we just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL from here and then go to your WooCommerce store. So here on my WordPress site, I've added my WooCommerce store. We will just go to the WooCommerce settings. And after coming to the settings page, go to this advanced tab. Now here at this advanced tab, you can see this option of webhooks. Click on webhooks. And here you can see that right now I haven't added any webhook URL in my WooCommerce account. Just click on this add webhook button and then this page will appear in front of us. The first thing it asks while adding the webhook is the name. That what is the name we want to give to this webhook. So I want to name it as GetResponse. You can basically give any name of your choice. Then by default, the status of this webhook is disabled. So from the drop down, we are going to select active over here. Then it is asking us for the topic. That for what topic, for what event, we want WooCommerce to send the data to Pabbly Connect. So we want to get the details when an order is created in WooCommerce. So we are going to select the topic as order created. And here in the field of delivery URL, we have to paste the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. After pasting this webhook URL, guys, just click on save. And when we click on save, we will see this webhook URL will be added in our WooCommerce store and the webhook is updated successfully. If you have any kind of doubt or confusion while adding this webhook URL, you can always refer to the help text given below over here in our Pabbly Connect workflow. So the connection between WooCommerce and Pabbly Connect is successfully created with the help of webhook URL. And here you can see we have received this test response of webhook ID from WooCommerce. Now after this, guys, what we have to do, here you can see this option of simple response. We have to turn this button off. We have to turn this button of simple response to the left side, and then again we have to click on this recapture webhook response button. By clicking on recapture webhook response, it will change to waiting for webhook response. And now Pabbly Connect is waiting to get the details of a new order from our WooCommerce store. So what we have to do, we just have to make a test order, a dummy order on our WooCommerce store. So I'll just go to my WooCommerce store over here in a new tab, and then we are just going to make a test order. We are going to place a test order over here. For example, I'm going to place an order for two products. The first one is camera and the second one is guitar. So I'll just add both of these products in my cart. And I have added. Let me change the quantity as well. For example, I'll change the quantity of guitar to 2. So this is the test order which we are going to place. You can basically select any product of your choice from your WooCommerce store over here. Now we will just scroll down. We'll just update this cart first. And then we will scroll down and click on this proceed to checkout button. Now here at the checkout page, you can see we have entered the details of a test customer, a dummy customer. This is the name, this is the company, this is the address of this customer, a dummy phone number and a dummy email address. So just now we have entered the details of a demo customer. Now let's click on this place order button. And as we place this order, here you can see that a new order will be received on our WooCommerce store. And because we have connected our WooCommerce store with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow here in this trigger window, within few seconds, we will get the details of this exact same order. So the order, as you can see, is placed on our WooCommerce store. Now let's wait for a few seconds over here. And yes, here you can see that within few seconds, we have received some response in Pabbly Connect. And here in this response, when we will scroll down, here you will see we have received the details of this exact same test order which we have placed just now. Here you can see the same total amount, that is 25,997 rupees, as you can see over here. Then we will scroll down further. The status of this order right now is processing. Then here, guys, you can see there's a response named as shipping lines. So guys, here you will notice we have actually turned this response button of simple response off. We have captured this response of a new order in advanced format. That is why here you can see we have received an array of data in front of this shipping lines over here. So here in this way, by capturing the response in advanced format, by capturing the response after turning this simple response button off, we will get the response, the details of the order in array format over here. So here you can see the shipping lines, the shipping details of each and every product which the customer has ordered over here. We will scroll down further and here you can see the name of the customer, then you can see the address of the customer. We will scroll down further and here you can see a response of metadata and line items. Now in this response of line items, you will see we have collectively received the details of each and every product which the customer has ordered. So by turning this simple response button off, we get the data, we get the collective data of all the products ordered by customer in this response named as line items. Now one by one, using another feature of Pabbly Connect that is called iterator in the next step, we are going to process all of these products one by one. So for example, if the customer has ordered two products like camera and guitar over here, we are going to add this customer in both of the lists of camera and guitar in GetResponse. If the customer has ordered three products, camera, guitar, and for example, iron press, and we have different lists for each product in GetResponse, we are going to add that same customer in contact list of all of the products, like in camera, in guitar, in iron press. We are going to add the customer at the contact in all the list over here. So for that, to make this happen, we have to basically process this line item. We have to basically process this array of data one by one. And one by one, we have to process each and every product. And to make this happen, we are going to use a feature of Pabbly Connect that is called iterator in the next step. We will see this in a few seconds, but first we will scroll down further and here you will see all the other details regarding the order. Here you can see the address of the customer, the mobile number, the name of the customer who placed the order, the email address, and also all the other details related to it. So using this trigger step, using this connection of WooCommerce using webhook URL, we get all the details of the customer and the order inside Pabbly Connect. Now let's process this data. Let's process each and every product ordered by the customer one by one. We will scroll down and come to our action window. And here in Choose App, we are going to select Iterator over here. After selecting Iterator by Pabbly, in Choose Array in this dropdown, you will get a list of all the responses which we have received in array format from WooCommerce. So from WooCommerce, we have received this response of line items. Then we have the response of metadata in array format. Then we will scroll up further. We have also received the response named as shipping lines in array format, as you can see. Then after that, we have also received some other details like links self, links customer, and links collection in array format as well. So here, all the data, all the responses which we have received in array format, in the step of iterator in choose array, here in the dropdown, you can see all of those responses. Out of all of them, because we want to process each and every product ordered by customer, each and every item ordered by customer, we are going to select line items in choose array. After selecting line items, there is an important note which says the response include the first expanded data set as value, which can be mapped in further step. At the time of workflow execution, it will process all values one by one. We support iteration of maximum 500 record at once. So basically, when we choose the array and click on Save and Send Test Request, it will give us the response, a simple response of the first expanded dataset, which means we have selected the array as line items. So the details of the first product which the customer has ordered, we are going to get the response of that first product details in the response. And we can map that response to set up this automation workflow in the next step. But in real time, when we are going to actually get an order on our WooCommerce store, and in real time when this automation workflow will execute, this step of iterator will process all of the products one by one. So for example, the customer has ordered the 3 product, then here you will see first iterator will process the data of first product and all the action steps which we add after that, it will perform all of those actions with the responses of first product. After that, it will start processing the second product, then the third product, and it will be keep on going. It will be processing all the products ordered by customer, no matter how many products the customer orders, up to 500 over here. So we will just click on this Save and Send Test Request button, and then we will see in the response, we have received the details of the very first product. Here you can see the ID, the name of the product, that is camera. Here you can see the product ID. You can see the quantity ordered by the customer. You can see the subtotal, total, and all the other details of this product which the customer has ordered. So here you can see we have received the response of the first product. Now using this response, we can set up this automation workflow and set up next step. Now here guys, we have a condition. We have the details of the product which the customer has ordered, and using iterator, we will be processing each and every product over here. Now we want to add the customers or add the contact in our GetResponse button on the basis of product. So if the customer has ordered camera, we want to add the contact in camera. If the customer has ordered guitar, we want to add the contact in guitar list over here, guitar contact list. So here we have different contact lists. We have different routes or different branches in our automation workflow. And we have to set up different routes for each and every product, for each and every contact list we have in GetResponse. So what we are going to do to add or to create this kind of routes in our automation workflow, we will use a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect that is called router. Just click on this add action step button over here, and then here in choose app, select router. By using router by Pabbly, we can set up multiple routes in our automation workflow. So by selecting router by Pabbly, by default, it has given us 2 different routes. But by clicking on add route button, you can set up as many routes as you want. And we are going to set up a route for each and every product, for each and every contact list which we have. So let's start with route 1. I will just rename this route 1 over here. For example, the first product we have is camera. So I'll just name it as camera and click on update. Now after renaming it, just click on this set filter and action step button. Now the first thing this route asks us is the filter condition. That on what basis this automation workflow is going to decide that the automation should be continued with this route or not. So we want to continue the automation by the route named as camera only if the customer has ordered the product camera over here. So here in select label in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received in previous 2 steps. You can see all the responses from WooCommerce and also from iterator. So from iterator responses, we are going to select this label of name. We are going to set up a filter condition on this label named as name. And the filter type will be equals to, so here in this drop down, you can see a lots and lots of filter type. We are going to select equals to over here. And the value will be camera. And click on save and send test request. Now, if using iterator, we get the details of the product ordered by customer. And in that details, in that response, if we get the name of the product as camera, only in that case, this automation workflow will be continued further. So if the customer has ordered the camera, using this route, we are going to continue the automation. Now, instead of name of the product, if you have same name for 2 different products in your WooCommerce store, you can also use the label as product ID and enter the product ID for this particular product over here. But right now, I'm setting up this filter on the basis of product name as well. So if the filter condition, if the customer orders the product named as camera, then what we want to do? We want to add this customer into the contact list named as camera in GetResponse. So we will just click on this add action step button in this route. And because we want to add a contact in GetResponse, here in choose app, we are going to search for GetResponse. Just select it. After selecting GetResponse in action event from this drop down, select the action event as create contact. Then just click on connect and then select add new connection over here. So here guys, we have to connect our GetResponse account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key of our GetResponse account. Now here you must be thinking how you can get this API key. So here guys, in the help text, it says enter your API key. You can find your API key from here. Here is a hyperlink. Just click on it. And because we have already logged in our GetResponse account, it will take us to a page from where we can get the API key. Just click on this generate API key button on your GetResponse account and give this API key a name. For example, I'll name it as WooCommerce and click on generate. After clicking on generate, here you can see a new API key is generated in our GetResponse account. Just copy this API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after pasting this, just click on save. Now when we click on save guys, here you will see our GetResponse account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the campaign. To choose a campaign list from, that in which campaign list, in which contact list in our GetResponse account, we want to create this new contact. And in the drop down, you can see all the contact lists which we have in our GetResponse account. So if the customer has ordered the product camera, then in that case, I want to add this customer in the campaign name or the contact list name as camera. So I'm going to select that over here. So here guys, we are setting up this route for the product for the customers who has ordered the product camera. So we have selected the campaign list as camera. Then after that, it is asking us for the name. That what is the name of the contact which we want to create. So here guys, from WooCommerce responses, we have received the name of the customer as well who placed the order. So from WooCommerce responses, we have to map the details of the name of the customer, email, and all of these details into these fields. So let's start with name. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and here in this drop down, you will see a list of all the responses which we have received from previous step. And from all of these responses, select the response of WooCommerce and search for name in it. So here you can see we have received the response of first name and last name. Select the response of first name and it will be mapped. Again, we are going to map the last name as well. We will search for name and map the last name too. So whatever first name and last name the customer is going to enter while placing the WooCommerce order, with the same name, we are going to add that customer as contact in GetResponse. After name, it is asking us for the email address. Just click here, and from the drop down from WooCommerce responses, search for the response of email and then map it over here. After email address, it is asking us IP address, day of cycle, tag ID, and all of these details. So if you want, you can enter these details as well. In tag ID, if you want, you can add multiple tags for this contact as well. Right now, in my GetResponse account, I have only one tag named as WooCommerce. So I'm selecting WooCommerce over here. Then it is asking us birth date, city, comment, and all of these details. So we haven't received the birthday of the customer, obviously, from the order details, but we have the city of the customer. So from the drop down from WooCommerce responses, you can select the response of the city of the customer which we have received and map it as well. So we will just search for the response of city and map it. After city, it is asking us for some comment. So we haven't received any comment, so you can ignore this field, but we have received the response of company. So from the drop down, we are going to map the response of billing company as well. Also, you can enter the response of country. So the country is India, IN. So we have mapped the country as well. In this way, you can add other details as well. For example, we have the mobile number. So I'll search for the response of phone number and map it. All the details of the customer in this way which we get from WooCommerce with the new order details, one by one you can map all of these details into the given fields of this GetResponse action. And the other fields like reference, postal code, all of these fields are not mandatory, not required. So if you want, you can ignore these fields for now as well. After mapping all the required data, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here it is showing us a response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the details which we have mapped over here, using these details of the customer who placed the order on our WooCommerce store, this customer is now added as a new contact in our GetResponse account. And the campaign, the contact list is camera over here. So let's check it. We will go to a GetResponse account and we will go to this contact list named as camera. And yes guys, here you can see that the same customer with whose details we have placed the order on our WooCommerce store, the same customer with the same details is now added as a new contact in our GetResponse account. Here you can see the same name, the same email address, the same phone number, same mobile number over here, and all the other details, the same city and all. This means using this automation till now, we can successfully add the contact, we can successfully add the customer who placed an order on our WooCommerce store as a contact in GetResponse. But we have created this route if the customer has selected camera, if the customer has ordered camera on our WooCommerce store. We have to follow the same process. We have to create different routes for each and every product we have in our WooCommerce store and for each and every list we have in our GetResponse account. Now here guys, to make this happen, what you can do, you can either set up the route for each and every product or you can clone this route as well. So we have successfully created this route for camera. You can just click on this three dot in front of it and click on this clone button over here. Just click on clone. So we have actually cloned this exact same route which we have created just now. And now you can just change the name. For example, I would like to name this route as guitar. So I'm going to set up this route for the second product which we have, that is guitar over here. And after that, just click on this set filter and actions tab. And now in this complete route, what you have to do, you just have to change the filter condition and also just change the campaign list over here. So here we want to continue this automation using this route only if the customer has ordered guitar over here. So we want to set up a filter condition that if we get the name of the product over here equals to guitar, only in that case this automation workflow should be continued further. So we have changed the value of filter over here in the second route of guitar and click on save. After clicking on save, the next thing what we have to do in this GetResponse action of create contact, we want to change the campaign list, the contact list over here. So we are going to just make the connection, just click on this connected button, select the existing connection. So we have basically connected our GetResponse account with Pabbly Connect in the previous step. So we don't have to make a new connection over here. Select the existing connection and click on Save. After clicking on Save, here you can see in this campaign list, you can see a list of all the campaign, all the contact list which we have in GetResponse account. So here guys, from this drop down, you can select the list, the contact list for the particular product for which we are creating this route. We are creating this route for guitar, so we have selected guitar over here. And then just scroll down and click on Save. So we are just going to keep all of the fields as it is for all the routes and click on Save over here. And when we click on Save, we will see this step is set up successfully. So if the customer orders guitar as the product, then this automation will be continued using this route as well. Now after this, we have another product. For example, I have another contact list named as Iron Press. And Iron Press is another product which I'm selling. So in this way, by cloning these routes and changing the filter condition and the contact list, you can basically set up all the routes for each and every product you have. So here I'm just creating another route. I've just cloned it. I'm going to name this route as, for example, Iron Press and click on Update. Then here guys, after naming the route, let's change the filter condition. So we want to set up a filter that if the name of the product is Iron Press. So we have to enter the exact same name which we have on our WooCommerce account. So if you have some other name of the product or a long name of the product in your WooCommerce store, you have to enter the exact same name in this filter value over here. And then just click on Save. After clicking on Save, once again we'll come to the Get Response button. We will just reconnect our account. Just click on this connected button, select the existing connection, and then we will change the campaign list as well. Like if the customer has ordered Iron Press, then from this drop down, select Iron Press over here. And then we will just scroll down and click on this Save button to save this step. In this way, you can follow the same process for each and every product you have on your WooCommerce store. You have to create different route for each and every product. Right now, I'm just deleting these other routes which we have created over here. So here I have created route for three different products. You can basically create any route, any number of routes you want. Then there is no limit on adding the number of routes in your automation workflow. And our automation workflow is now successfully created. Now after setting up this automation over here, we are going to test this automation workflows a few times. I will just go to my WooCommerce store. And then, for example, we have set up this automation. We have created routes for three products, camera, guitar, and Iron Press. Last time, we have placed an order of camera and guitar. This time, I'm just going to place an order for Iron Press and guitar. And we are going to change the details of the customer who is placing the order. So we'll just scroll down and click on Proceed to Checkout. After this, here, let's change the name of the customer. For example, the name is Test User. The other details are basically the same, but the email address is changed. Test User. This is the email address of the customer. Let's change the mobile number as well. And click on Place Order. So with the new name and new customer details, we have placed another order on our WooCommerce store, another test order. And this time we have placed the order. We have selected products as Iron Press and guitar. Now, because we have created this automation workflow, we will see the customer who placed the order, means this test user, will be added in the contact list of Iron Press and also in the contact list of guitar in our GetResponse account. So we will just go to our GetResponse account and refresh this contacts page once. And yes, now you can see that in this contact list of Iron Press and also in the contact list of guitar in our GetResponse account, one contact is added in each contact list. We'll open the contact list of Iron Press over here, and here you will see the details of the exact same customer who placed the order. Using test user, this was the name of the customer who placed the order on a WooCommerce store. And because they have placed the order for Iron Press, you can see the customer is added into the contact list named as Iron Press in our GetResponse account. After this, we'll check another list that is of guitar. So we'll go to guitar and we will see the same contact, the same person is also added to the contact list named as guitar as well. So in this way, whatever product the customer is going to order in our WooCommerce store, we are going to add that customer into the contact list of those products in our GetResponse account. Now let's place another test order, and this time we are just going to place an order for one single product. For example, I'll just place an order for Iron Press over here. Just click on this Add to Cart button, and this time once again we are going to change the details of the customer, the name of the customer. So let's move to proceed to checkout. We are placing another test order. For example, the name of this customer is dummy user. Then let's change the email address as well, dummy user, and the mobile number too. And click on place order. So with the details of a new customer this time, we are just placing an order for one single product named as iron press. And we will see as we receive this order, within few seconds, the same customer who placed the order will be added to the contact list named as iron press in our GetResponse account. Let's refresh this page once. And yes, here you can see that in this contact list of iron press, just now a new contact is added. And the name of this new contact is dummy user, the same contact, the same customer who has placed the order on our WooCommerce store just now. So here you can see that the automation which we have created, this automation is working perfectly fine. And we have tested this automation in real time. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestions, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.